So, there's a small YouTube channel named DJ Cook, and I've heard the pleas of all the audience. One shall heed the call to all and make sure that DJ Cook shall take a fall. I don't even know what that means, but we're rolling with it because I'm poetrying this video. Have fun. Anyways, the point is, a lot of you have told me to cover DJ Cook, so let's cover him. I found a few things on him. Well, I mean, not anything like too serious or anything like that. Just this guy's just like a really insecure. I'm not gonna spoil the video yet. I'm still doing my intro. But anyways, before we start, I just want to let everyone know to please not go harassing DJ Cook. There isn't anything illegal or anything completely immorally wrong with what he's doing. Okay, well, maybe a few things, but I mean, you shouldn't go out of your way to harass him. There's really no point because you're just wasting your own time and you're literally doing the same thing DJ Cook fans do, so you have nothing to gain by harassing him. And with that being said, let's begin. This is going to be a relatively short video because he hasn't really done anything explicit besides the one thing I found that he said that was kind of weird, but first let's start off with his mantra of cleaning up YouTube. I can't really find any proof of him saying this in any of his channel descriptions, but I have found a lot of accounts and a lot of sources saying that his mantra is mainly for cleaning up YouTube. Okay, so briefly, before we continue on with the video, I have looked through some of his older content, and I have found proof of him saying that he and his entire brand is dedicated to cleaning up YouTube, so we cannot say allegedly anymore. I am proud to say that we can finally say that DJ Cook is quote-unquote trying to clean up YouTube, which he's still not, but here's the clip of him saying that.
On my channel, we try to clean up the bad and weird content on YouTube.
On top of that, I can prove this by looking up hashtag cleanup YouTube, and I can see that a lot of these videos are primarily coming from him, so I'm more inclined to believe that he's still keeping up that mantra. But he's just reiterating it to a small audience for them to believe it, but just big enough to make sure that newcomers with an IQ higher than the amount of times I received true, understood, acknowledged affection in my life don't see through this bullcrap. But guess what? My audience actually has an IQ contained within quadrant 1 of a standard 2D graph. We can see through your crap. And by the way, by watching your content, I can tell your slop is really lazy. All the content you put out there is just absolute trash. The most effort you put in your channel is probably the mediocre jokes that you threw at people. And the reason why I'm so critical of your mantra is that number one, that's actually kind of my thing. My goal for now as a YouTuber is to expose the copious content creators that are corrupted throughout slop out there, as well as to call out brain rot like sexualized content that's actively being advertised to children. Rith. But the difference between you and me is that while you just summarize things, I actually explain things for people. So yeah, my content is more original than yours, therefore I have every single right to make fun of you. But anyways, in all seriousness, I just don't think that you're cleaning up YouTube at all. You're not doing anything right at all. Because the way you do it is, you're like the people that you condemn in a sense, where you throw out really cringe, loud equals funny jokes at some certain points. Well, I mean, you don't do it as often as other YouTubers, but you do it a pretty decent amount of time. Enough for me to say that you actually do it. So, yeah, that's also one thing. And another thing is that you just... it's a point that I'll get to later in a little bit. But you always summarize everything that's going on. You don't actually, like, explain things other than, oh, this just happened, X, Y, and Z just happened, and this is bad because you are X, Y, and Z. And that's about it. That's all he says. He never really pulls out any of the graphs. He never really pulls out any good arguments. He just goes, them equal bad because X, Y, Z. And that's really about all of it for his mantra. That's all he argues about. Well, I mean, not even arguing, if that. That's just throwing a bone to him, but whatever. Number two, I hate the way he does it because he doesn't really argue against it per se. It doesn't really explain anything, just say unga bunga, this person is bad. Throw in really corny jokes if he flipped a coin, gives a brief summary without actually doing anything new, and that's about it. For example, in the Morg's Mum video, DJ is kind of like an SS Sniper Wolf, in which he basically just gives a summary of it and does one of the following things on this SS Sniper Wolf bingo card by going like, there's no way that ... or if it was real ... or insert really lame insult here ... You can check it out if you want yourself, but don't go harassing him, of course. You can really see it. The comments speak for themselves. and if not, time will tell. And the reason why I don't want to show any clips is because of reason number 3, and it's that he provides less comments than a soccer commentator with ADHD. He doesn't really say much because he's so distracted. Or maybe he's just lazy, I don't know, I can't tell you for sure. But I really just don't feel like showing the original content because it's not really original content in my opinion. It just feels like he's like SS Sniper Wolf, giving the least, mildest, tamest takes on it ever. Another gripe that I have with DJ Cook, not relating to his mantra really, is just him calling kids ugly. He even talks about how, oh man, people say being a YouTuber is easy, but I get all these comments. And it's hilarious how this guy, who might as well be a YouTube Shorts AI voice narrator, says that being a YouTuber is hard. It's really easy being a content creator. Just film whatever you have fun doing and eventually you'll be a content creator with due time as long as you commit to it and add a few of your own quirky twists to it. But anyways, going back to the whole making fun of kids thing, he says stuff like, oh, people say being a YouTuber is easy, but in truth, I get so many comments of people calling me ugly. And then proceeds to go on their profiles to make a video out of them and call them ugly. What a Sigma male, this guy who's over the drinking and driving age makes fun of kids on the internet. I don't know if DJ has ever considered closing his computer and maybe enjoying the nice fine weather outside. But anyways, obviously making fun of little kids is not a good thing for someone like him to be doing. I went to one of the people he mentioned in his videos, poopcoder468, which admittedly is a very questionable name, but this was made by a kid, so like obviously who cares. And it has a few people from DJ Cook's video just kind of giving negative comments. I can't see the other comments on the other shorts because the comments are turned off. But anyways, yeah, this guy just has a playlist of himself calling kids ugly. God sculpted this guy with bitch material. Maybe if you get comments saying that you're ugly, just ignore them. You don't have any good quality content anyways by making a video out of them, and you don't have any good quality content to begin with. And either way, no one knows those kids. They call you ugly, deal with it. But these kids aren't wrong either. You look like Gianna Giovanna with wet hair. This quote-unquote beautiful specimen of a man has a set of teeth that looks like he smokes 12 packs a day. Your nose is larger than a Minecraft villager's nose, and you got them facial muscles that make you look like Sid the Sloth if his face was vertical instead of horizontal. I bet that when people asked you to take a hit in the high school bathroom, you just said yes because you were an insecure little prick who wanted to look cool in front of your yes-men friends. Do these insults make you cry? Then deal with it. That's the price of being on the internet. Now, if you're getting these comments on a massive scale, which you're not, making a video would be justified. However, these are just kids. Once you found out that these people are just kids, you should have had some neurons firing in your brain saying, oh, these are just kids. I should either 1, ignore what they're saying, number 2, cry about it but not make a video on it, or number 3, both, all the above. You're not cleaning up YouTube, you're literally making it messier with your backguano waste of Google database space videos. And on top of that, grow some thicker skin, dude. You're letting kids of all demographics affect your deteriorating insecure mental health. If you really want to clean up YouTube, you're gonna have to grow some iron skin and not give a damn about who or what abominations make videos on you. The whole point is to fight for what is provably right, no matter at what cost. That's what cleaning up YouTube is. To be pointing these people out and to be saying, oh, these people are bad because of X, Y, and Z, and even in this source, X, Y, and Z, and like all that type of stuff. But apparently sticks and stones break your bones, but words like you're bad will hurt you down to your core. I'm sure you got bullied as a kid, and that makes the two of us. I got the piss bullied out of me when I was a kid. But the difference between you and I is that while I use that hatred to at least attempt to build myself up and bolster my soul, which, big whoop for that, I mean, I can tell I'm still a horrible person, you just whine that it's not compliments. You didn't even try. Life gave us both the lemons, but while I made lemonade, you made a battery to constantly give yourself electroshock therapy and believing that you think you're the janitor of YouTube. By the way, just a few funny things I would like to point out. At some point, he said that it was weird that two guys are kissing. In the Nikocado Avocado video he did, he points out a certain thumbnail of two guys kissing, him and his boyfriend kissing, which I do agree, the thumbnail is weird to be showing two people kissing. It's weird because stuff like that doesn't really belong on YouTube, because, you know, a lot of kids are going to be on YouTube, so they're going to be seeing this two people just kissing and French kissing and giving each other a tongue massage. That's just weird. But DJ doesn't even imply that's why it's weird. He just implies two guys kissing is weird, which kind of comes off as a little bit homophobic. But I don't really have any concrete evidence, so I'm just leaving that there for you guys to do your own digging. I'm just sparking a conversation. I also found his dog water take on the Mr. Beast situation, which he said, yeah, we shouldn't really hate Mr. Beast because he himself didn't do that. It was just his associates. Which, first of all, amazing take. I mean, like, he's right. Mr. Beast didn't allegedly diddle little kids. It was only his associates he worked with and was friends with for 12 goddamn years. Mr. Beast would have never found out because he's not Sherlock Holmes. Not accounting for the multiple alleged group chats that showed Mr. Beast laughing at the situations that those alleged sex offenders were committing. Seriously, that is a horrible take. He probably put that out there for the sake of being contrarian and seeming like a saint, seeming like the neutral party in all things, being the mediator. Second of all, ignoring the fact that Ava and Jimmy worked with each other for 12 years, just being associates with Ava is bad because Mr. Beast should have done a background check on her before doing anything with her at all. And putting aside all of this, putting aside all the alleged sexual deviancy of the brand, what about Lunchley? You never talk about Lunchley and the types of lies being spouted out, how the literal wither storm known as Lunchley, comprised of the three wither skulls, KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast, are not bad at all. This is an amazingly bad take that I am astounded you had the audacity to put out there. You try to take the neutral side because you claim that not everyone looks at both sides, but with damning evidence and how you can look at Mr. Beast and how Mr. Beast is being more silent than any hooker you could ever pay to have sex with, I really don't see you throwing out any defenses for Mr. Beast other than, oh, Mr. Beast didn't do any of this, it's just the people he gave a career to. And that's the only valid defense you have of him. And continuing pressing on with your stupid little take on the Mr. Beast situation. Oh my god, saliva just like started flying out there. Continuing on with your dog nuts take on the Mr. Beast situation, going back to the whole time thing, there is a very high probability that Ava accidentally leaked some of this stuff as like a joke to Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast should have caught on to that, and it would have been his responsibility to be investigating into this type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, overall, horrible take that you have right here. So I'm just like amazed at the type of person you are, man. Like, first of all, you make fun of kids and then you throw this type of stuff out there to be the quote unquote mediator of the situation. That's not how it works, TJ. That's just not how it works. And that's about it. Overall, DJ Cook is just an insecure little worm who makes SS Sniper Wolf-esque content on popular YouTubers, and all the quote-unquote true original content is him making fun of little kids because he got butt hurt. He also had some absolute dookie takes on different YouTubers, like going back to the Morgs one, he calls Morgs the worst family YouTube channel. However, he doesn't take into account Eat Passengers, which I don't blame. I didn't even hear about them until the whole controversy thing and like the whole Ruby Frank getting sentenced to 60 years in prison allegedly. But he forgot about Daddy05, who was pretty much terminated because of the documented abuse, which I don't know how he didn't take that into account when he said, oh, Morris is the worst family YouTube channel, when there's literally YouTube channels dedicated to abusing their children. And this, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, is the reason why you choose your words wisely on the internet, because then you'll end up like DJ Cook. But anyways, it's pretty clear that this guy isn't really cleaning up YouTube. In fact, he's just making as much slop as a Sniper Wolf does. And yeah, that's really about it. That's all I have to say about DJ Cook. I know I said I'll make a Jack Doherty video today, but then everyone was like, please make a video on DJ Cook, and I'm like, ah, fine. I'll heed your call. But anyways, yeah, that's really about it. What a Sigma male DJ Cook is. I mean, like, this guy's definitely going places. I feel like I got more aggressive in this video because I started watching Dantes play Class of '09, and I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of funny. I really like Class of '09 because of all the dark humor and stuff like that. I mean, like, obviously their dark humor is like in the context of humor. They don't actually mean things they say, so I can kind of find that funny. And yeah, I think that's really about it. I think that's why I was so aggressive in this video, just because I was watching Class of '09 and I was like, yeah, this is kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say today. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all had a few takeaways from this. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you all have a good day, and bye.